2, 1, and we're live on YouTube. What's going on, everybody? Welcome. Thank you for being here, for watching the replay and all that. Much love. I am so happy to be back and to be reading today. It is a day of harmony, and we're gonna play a little music. I do not own rights to this music. It is aesthetic music from Aesthetic Music. And here we go. We're going to wait until, to get into the read until the Instagram gets going. Fingers crossed that it gets going and the going gets good for Instagram today. I don't know how my audio levels are, so if you're in here and you would like to, please just let me know. Like, you're too loud, sis, or you're too not loud enough, sis, and I'll try to fix things from there. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much again for being here. It's one. It's one, so I can start this, I believe. Usually I just wait. I freak out about Instagram all the time. How it starts. And it's like, don't even trip. It'll work out fine. So that is a message all the time. Everything will work out. I just finished doing a new moon read that I'm going to be editing and uploading soon. I have a due date here. By the 17th. So within the next, today's the 13th, 4 days, it will be uploaded on the YouTube. So definitely keep your eyes peeled for that. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube and you have your notifications on so that you know when that comes out and you can check that out, see how it balances with today's live for the preview of Taurus season. I'm so excited to get into it today. It's just good feelings all around. All right, that's commercial. And that's where we're stopping. Great. I'm so happy to be back from travels. There's been a lot going on. So, just staying afloat with energy, staying up with energy is what it is about for me. All right, we're starting on Instagram. Let me make sure. You are now live. Let me turn this around. It's paused due to poor connection. All right. So Instagram is paused due to poor connection. I'm going to go ahead and close this device because that could be part of the issue. I don't know why I pre-schedule lives on Instagram. I think I'm just going to do them like day of. But so yeah, Taurus season is right around the corner. There's a bunch of things happening. We're going to get into it a little bit. As you know, if you read the full flyer for today's live, I'm going to do a eclipse portion because there is a super cool eclipse happening on the 20th, I believe. On the 20th, yes, at about 8:12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And so I want to give a little love to that and, shimmy, shimmy, ya, shimmy, ya, shimmy, ya. Okay. Using 3 decks in addition to the Moonology deck, which I will be using for the eclipse portion, which is going to be at the end. We're going to be starting with the Afro Goddess Oracle and get some messages from this deck. I had a very intimate morning with this deck, and I'm happy to get into it and see what messages come out for guidance during this period, during like this super influx period, where it's like Mercury retrograde, which I will be holding as well. An opportunity to win a one-on-one for that via Zoom, uh, a specified Mercury retrograde reading for whoever gets it. There's going to be one person from Instagram and one person from, if Instagram works, we might just do two people from YouTube, or you know what, I'll put out the email, and whoever messaged the two people to message me first are going to get the opportunity. Okay. For a specified Mercury retrograde reading, just to really outline what energy to tap into during Mercury retrograde and to look out for. And that will affect you most. Okay. Wow. We are in Mercury retrograde shadow. We have been since the 7th of April. So that's intense. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and lower the camera so you can see the decks that we'll be using. I have a rose quartz here that's very Taurus energy. So I decided to leave that out with a little rose quartz on top. Okay. And I just want to say what rose quartz stands for, what it connects to, and how we can stay connected by embracing rose quartz energy. Emotional healing, the heart chakra, unconditional love, unity, compassion, and peace. Okay. That is what the heart chakra is about. Thank you, Tantra Toolbox and Charm Latrice. We're going to put that to the side for now. And then here's the Witches Tarot. I didn't put down Instagram. Instagram is bugging. Literally, like there's a bug happening, like it's bugging out. So I'm not going to stress on that yet again. But this is the Witches Tarot, and I'm going to put that to the side for right now. That is going to be the deck that is the main reading that I'm going to be doing, commencing the main reading with. This is the Moonology. It's a very purple theme, okay, for today. And here's the Afro Goddess Oracle that we're going to be leading with to get some guiding messages, which I will, and I do have the book, so I will read from the book this time. Typically, I don't. On the bottom of the deck is Nkosazana, and she is about celestial alignment. Ooh. I'm massaging the deck, and with the rocks there, it was marinating under for the past who knows how many days. So that's interesting. I did shuffle the deck once. I'm going to shuffle it one more time on camera. And we just want to get messages of guidance from the Afro goddesses today for this Taurus season. And thank you so much for being here. I see your comment, but I did not get to read it because, yes, the bug is real. So, okay. We've got Tanit, number 11. And we're going to see what she says, what she's talking about, because immediately it's, again, purple energy. Any way that you turn this card, it's going to be purple. Violet, if you will. Ultraviolet. I don't know the difference between violet and ultraviolet, but I would say this card is everything and then some when it comes to Violet. So Tanit is of the Conjurer Temple. The element is air. Tanit is the ancient goddess of the stars in ancient Carthage. Today, all the way over in Ibiza, they still have pleasure-filled full moon midnight table dancing parties in her name. Tanit, Tanit. Her guidance is, you are thirsty for more pleasure. You can't thrive when life feels dry. You are made of laughter and stardust, not sawdust. Pleasure is your birthright, a gift from the universe. And for the embodiment, it reads, how much juicy pleasure can you stand? Turn up the pleasure principle. You secretly feel that you don't deserve it, but pleasure is a healing and manifesting force. Laughing, loving, and orgasmic joy is holy. Hold your hands over your reproductive area and say aloud, I deserve pleasure. I deserve pleasure. I deserve pleasure. And then the declaration for this goddess, for goddess Tanit, is, it feels so good. It feels so good, okay? It feels so good. And that is from the African goddess rising. I'm going to leave Tanit up here. I should put her in one of these. I was like, where'd it go? All right, so I wanted to read a little bit also about Taurus. Oh, yeah, it makes sense that she would come out for Taurus. Taurus is all about pleasure. Not all about pleasure, but a big aspect of Taurus is, really enjoying the process, really enjoying the aspects of life. Now, I'm trying to read the comments. Thank you for being here. You are the truth. Awakened Truth Oracle, okay? Wow. It's not letting me read it. All right, so I'm going to just get into it. So I did some research. Of course, Taurus is a fixed earth sign. The traits of Taurus is dependable, passionate, honest, persistent, and obstinate. That is the traits of Taurus specifically, but I mix them with the traits of fixed energy, which is that of a doer, that of being constant and focusing on being grounded. And I think that pleasure aspect really does, hey Linnell, really does help to engage in staying grounded, or at least in staying grounded to be able to expand the pleasure, okay, that we feel. Taurus season is going to last from April 20th to May 20th, variably, okay? Taurus has a lot of different birthstones. That rose quartz is one of them. Sapphire, garnet, emerald, and diamond. I think diamond is the most highlighted. Like birthstone, gemstone, semi-precious stone for Taurus, okay? Taurus is immovable. It represents immovable energy. Some people say stubborn, okay? Some people say lazy. I don't want to say lazy or stubborn because those are terms that are associated usually in a negative way or in a bad way. As humans, we should be resting. We should be resting in a balanced manner. I feel like the work to rest ratio has been exploited. And coming back to that reminder of rest is essential to our bodies. Music is essential to our bodies. Food is essential to our bodies. All these things are reflected by Taurus. So I think that if anything else, if nothing else, for Taurus season, one thing we probably want to keep in mind is that there are things that are precious in life. There are aspects in life that are precious to our being, okay? That really is, we're able to unify with each other on. So focus on those things, okay? Focus on those aspects. I'm going to be doing the layout for Taurus, which is the Earth layout. It's going to be an inverted triangle type of layout. And we already have the Divine Oracle message as Goddess Tanit. And just so you know, excuse me, I got my cocoa smoothie over here, my cocoa nut. Just so you know, I just finished doing the Taurus new moon video, because the Taurus season preview isn't necessarily the same as the Taurus new moon, which I will be editing. It should be up by the 17th on YouTube, on the Limitless Light YouTube. Be sure to follow. Be sure to turn your notifications on. Okay. On the bottom of the deck, as I was getting this prepared to shuffle, was the 5 of Cups reversed. And that is something that I, if I remember correctly, did come out for the new moon reading. Okay. So for the first position, it's going to be the main message. Let's see the second. Wait. Do you see? Okay. The second one is going to go right on top of the first. The second is source support. How is source supporting us, or how will source be supporting us during this time of Taurus season? Aspects, when aspects are a little rougher than we bargained for, or confusing, which I'm sure they're bound to be because of Mercury retrograde, just a little more challenging. The third position is the outlook for this Taurus season. How we can strengthen our outlook, how we can stay strengthened in our outlook. For the fourth position are the immediate influences during this Taurus season that will have the biggest effects throughout this period. Next, we have our adaptability, how we can more easily adapt when we do come to times of like unsettling moments or things of that nature. Ooh, okay. Wow, the Tower. And the 5 of Cups. I said I saw this card during like the pre-shuffle of this deck, and it came out. So the Tower, the 5 of Cups, that's interesting. Yeah, so definitely a time of beginnings. Like, I know Aries season is really a time of beginnings, but I think it's really time to get going in these new senses of beginning, whatever we've been engaged in for the past month. And finally, like, sever things, initiate things officially. All right, so for the 5th position of, wow, the Tower again. For the 5th position of adaptability. The cards are coming out in chunks, and I just want one for our 5th position. Please and thank you. for adaptability. Great. Guess what card it is? It's the 5 of Cups. For the 6th position, we're going to look at harmonizing aspects that we can tap into for the Taurus season. Resting, letting go. All right, so we got the 9 of Swords, the King of Wands, and the 10 of Swords reversed. Okay. Not necessarily in that order. All of these cards are coming out upright too. The first 4 positions came out reversed. And now for going deeper. Okay. You've got this card. So we will see. That one did not come out upright. We will see what these messages are. The bottom of the deck, we have the 2 of Wands. Yeah, this is about setting up the situation and tapping into our resources and our sense of perspective going forward. And it almost being, I don't know, I feel like the next card after the 2 of Wands is the 3 of Wands. So that's like when the ships come in, that's when we receive. This may not be a reception period. This may be a finalization period or an initiation period of action going forward that will really create an environment to be able to receive. Okay. So whatever we're focused on, stay focused on those things, I would say, or reevaluate those things. If something doesn't feel right, trust that. Okay, so for the main message, we got the 4 of Wands reversed. This is very much like the Tower to me. 4 of Wands upright typically for me is like finding that stability, finding that place of balance. Things, as I said in the last reading with I believe the spring reading, are potentially off balance right now, and it could be because a lot of us are finding our footing. And I think taking risks at this time, calculated healthy risks, are going to be important aspects for this time with this 2 of Wands on the deck, on the bottom of the deck, the BOD energy, the BOD. Okay. This also makes me feel like there may be some things that we're awaiting that may not go as planned. Because it looks like a very like celebratory energy in the 4 of Cups. And I think this is a time to really sort of I'm trying to think of how to say it, like get our ducks in a row. Like this 2 of Wands on the bottom of the deck, like the person on the 2 of Wands is analyzing the itinerary or analyzing the situation. You know what I mean? So whatever we're getting into or whatever we set our sights on for this time, be sure to take into account all of the potential outcomes that you can, and get prepared for everything that, whether that's mental preparedness, financial preparedness, or just like emotional preparedness, with the 5 of Cups coming out reverse in the position of adaptability. It's Source is asking us to stay prepared. That was actually a message that came out from Scorpio and Sagittarius season of 2022. Let's see about Position number 2, which is support, source support. Page of Pentacles. Okay, so that makes sense. So whatever incongruency that we may be experiencing, there needs to be a source is saying that there should be enough trust and understanding and faith going forward, because there's something indicative of enrichment that is bound to flow in. It may not be on your time, and it may not be in the way that necessarily we want it to be, but it's there. I think staying open is going to be, with the 4 of Wands reversed, staying open will be important. I don't know if I showed you the 4 of Wands reversed, but here's the 4 of Wands reversed. For the first position, it's kind of like foily. And here is the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, there's okay, so it's tax season. There is a message. You may receive way more than you expect, potentially via taxes, or you may get some like what's that called? Grant or donation. Around this time, around the during the Taurus season. So that's interesting to see. That's awesome. That's like, some of us have waited a long time to get back to receive the reward of our efforts, and some of us are going to definitely be receiving those rewards, some of those rewards at this time during Taurus season. And they may not look like the way we expected them to. Okay. This is really a time of a perspective, challenging our perspective and our sense of understanding with that, and openness. Okay. So next we're going to go into the third position. Page of Wands is on the bottom of the deck here. You can't see it. I'm going to try to lift up all the cards. This is what the Page of Wands looks like, looking out over the horizon, okay? Over this beautiful buff onto this body of water, right? Noticing the water, taking it in, and not making moves yet. That may be important, okay, for some of us, to not act at the moment and to allow this time of resting, which is big Taurus energy. The sun came out for immediate influences, came out upright. This, when the star, the sun, the moon, the world comes out immediately, to me that says like divine. When we did the Afro goddess earlier, that celestial alignment was on the bottom of the deck. So this could be pertaining to all of the astrological events that are happening at this time, at the time of the start of Taurus season, even the preceding Taurus season, and through the end, close to the end of Taurus season, okay? And I do believe that by the sun coming out, it's saying that all of the confusion or potential feeling of loss that we feel is going to be super substantiated by the joy that comes during Taurus season, or as a result of the actions that we take in Taurus season. there's something that is going to definitely be brought to our attention that we hadn't really paid mind to before or even thought to consider. With this Page of Pentacles and support from Source. Source will just like do things, put things on us, right? God doesn't give battles, he gives battles to as strong as, people. Source is similar. Source is similar in that aspect of Source will surprise you. Source will just, pull the rug from under your feet. Okay? Knock you off of your pony or your high horse. Yeah. This sun is about perspective. I think once we keep that sense of open perspective regarding whatever challenges we are facing or come out of facing, and the effects of those challenges, once we keep an open mind and we harness that open mind, we are going to receive a greater feedback and a greater experience, a happier, more aligned experience with us individually and collectively. For the next position, 1, 2, 3, 4, the fourth position, this is immediate influences. So our outlook is the sun. Our outlook is the sun. Yeah, so that may come, whatever happens now, the results of that may come later. It's probably going to come later. It's like if we're not seeing results now, it's just because it's not the right time. If we're not seeing results for what we've put out, it's just not time yet. Allow faith and grace to guide us going forward. That's what I feel. With this Lamb, I feel like that's all about grace. We have the High Priestess reversed for immediate influences. So, like I said, balance and feeling like we don't have it may affect us in huge ways, and it's really up to us to have that sense of understanding of self and direction. Aries is a cardinal. Aries, which we're in right now, is a cardinal sign. Cardinal signs are all about taking initiative, taking that direction, right? This fixed energy, which is Taurus, is about deciding whether to stay in that energy or to shift from that energy and make a decision essentially and sticking to it. Yes. So that may be a huge call. But with this High Priestess reverse coming out, we may feel a little on the fence about things or unsure because we don't know what's going to happen, right? I would say I would say that is, there is growth happening, okay? There is, even if you have to feel like you don't have stability, that is a challenge for you to find the stability in yourself and achieve that through alignment, which is one of the themes of spring. I just uploaded a post on Instagram about it. I'll try to upload it on YouTube as well. It spoke of nobility. It spoke of soul-focused alignment. Those are things that we really need to focus on at this time. And do so with gratitude, which is the other thing, the other aspect that it mentioned. Okay. It will take you. You will be taken far. Yeah, absolutely. That's just what it is. For the fifth position, which is adaptability, we have Five of Cups reversed. This card that's been like poking out and then going back in and then poking out just like a mermaid would. Sort of like, I feel like mermaids are always depicted as like these playful, sort of like timid, timid beings afraid of capture. Okay? But beings that are really ready to sort of take in and embrace the ambiance and the flow that is happening, that they're in or that they're surrounded by. With the Five of Cups reversed, I see that it may be a challenge for us to move forward without having an understanding or without having a sense of knowing. Okay, it may bring a little tumultuousness to our thought process. I'm going to pull a Tantra Toolbox Empowerment card on the Five of Cups reversed. All right, so we have 28 and 30. I accept myself, choose joy. It's okay to be happy and stay happy. Respect is the minimum. Karma. Clean up after yourself. Fear the fear and push through it with courage to grow. Nothing good or bad lasts forever. So whatever and whichever feelings that we're going through or recovering from at this time, or that we're experiencing and are being challenged by, we have to, I think that just like a mermaid cannot survive, I mean, mermaids are mythical, but the myth is that they cannot survive on land forever. They have to go through like really high stakes to be able to do that. We're to The Little Mermaid, okay? We're to Halle Bailey, Chloe Bailey, okay? Because mermaids are part fish. They can't survive out of water. They can't, like this gentleman on the page of, wow, with the Ace of Cups underneath, with the Two of Wands, he's able to survive out of water. He's able to enjoy immersing in water. He is embracing the water. He is taking it in. He is, what is this? What is this word? Appreciating it. In order for a mermaid to be able to either be a fish or a maiden or a man out of water, they're going to have to adapt. And that is going to take a lot of strings being pulled. Hello, Ursula. If you've seen The Little Mermaid, please send me a shell emoji, okay? If you know what I'm talking about, okay? Which I'm sure you do. Five of Cups is telling us to not be afraid to make the changes that need to take place in order to bring that balance back into our life. There's a way to bridge gaps. There's a way to satisfy both sides of the story, or both sides of the argument, in a way that is fair. I don't think that modern politics would necessarily reflect that, okay? But or politics of the past, you know? I'm trying to find a good analogy for this. I think the point is to not dwell on the things that we cannot change. And as we don't dwell on those things that we cannot change, we're able to more fully embrace those matters that we can work on, that we can grow into or grow toward to achieve desired results. Okay? For the sixth position of harmony, we got 3 cards. We got the Nine of Swords, the King of Wands, and the Ten of Swords reversed. Don't be afraid to rest, okay? Nine of Wands is like this woman resting. But she also has 2 bite marks on her neck, like she just got bitten by a vampire. And that's interesting because vampires are like zombies. They're like, they don't rest unless they're shot by a silver bullet. Maybe that's werewolves. Or like stabbed through the heart. You know what I mean? This goes back to the necessity and the core necessities of being alive and being human. We need to rest. We need to rest, and we need to reset sometimes. And just because we reset and rest does not measure us as lazy, okay? Lazy is it's an ideology. It's not an actual state of being. Leisure, resting in leisure is something, but laziness is not necessarily. It's something that was created by man. It's a term created by man to keep middle class working these egregious hours and to keep us motivated to work those egregious hours. Like, you know, the whole, I don't want to be lazy, or you don't want to be lazy, people telling you that all your life and stuff like that. Like, because you're resting doesn't mean you're lazy. Now, if you're not doing the things that need to be done and you're blaming them, or you're saying that it's because of things that you can control, like a mermaid can't control that she's half fish, half person, unless she goes through like crazy plastic surgery and life changes, then that's lack of accountability. But I wouldn't call it laziness. I think lazy is a very divisive term. Okay, last card we have for harmony is the Ten of Swords, and it is reversed. So there are some things that we need to let go of. There are some ideas, some thoughts with swords, some ideologies that we need to let go of so that we can shift. We have the 9 and the 10 of Swords. I feel like that is the pinnacle of just before being able to shift. Okay? After the 10 of Swords is the Knight or the Page of Swords or the Princess of Swords or whatever, depending on the deck. Okay? Before it goes into the Royal Court cards, the court cards. Okay? There needs to be a shift that happens. And it may happen when we're not, with the Four of Wands, it may happen when we're not expecting it. It may already be happening. But as long as we have ourselves understood, as long as we understand ourselves, understand what we're doing, understand our purpose and all that, that is what's going to keep us in this King of Wands energy and able to continue and have total authority of ourselves and our choices. Okay. Last card is the Queen of Swords reversed. That is a lack of we talked about a shift with the swords. So this Queen of Swords has the authority to be able to make choices. And I feel like as people, sometimes our thinking is convoluted, and the choices that we get to make when it comes to how we live and why, again, we do what we do and what we do it for. Okay. She holds the sword of truth. I think part of what needs to happen during Taurus season is that we need to be radically honest with ourselves regarding the choices that we're making and regarding the directions that we're going and why. Okay. Because I mean, we're the only ones that can really do that for ourselves. We have, I mean, I know like mothers and fathers have to do that for themselves and for their children. And that may be, you know, and that in itself is a challenge. When we get ourselves together, other things become less of a challenge. So I think this is really a message to sit with ourselves and figure it out. Figure out our life path, figure out our life choice going forward. Okay. With this Two of Wands on the bottom of the deck and the Ace of Cups below that. Ooh, Ace of Cups upright, the Star below that, the Star reverse below that. Three of Pentacles below that. Ten of Cups reverse below that. So I feel like the energy is very unstable. And going into Taurus season, that's kind of counter energy. Taurus is a stable sign. It's an earth sign. So when it comes to going forward through this Taurus season, having that sense of understanding of self is really going to be what determines the quality of our experience of this time. Okay. I'm going to take these away. Thank you for that Taurus message. At the end of the day, it sounds like we just need to trust. We need to trust, and or that trusting will take us far, and being radically honest with ourselves will take us far. And I think that these are not just Taurus aspects, but really aspects that are going to strengthen us throughout our existence. Okay, individually and collectively. Let's go into the eclipse message, and then I'm gonna talk about the chance to get a one-on-one with me for a specified and direct Mercury retrograde message. Okay. Thank you. So the eclipse that's happening is a very rare one. Only 5% of eclipses are this type of eclipse. It's called a hybrid eclipse. Hybrid? It's called a hybrid eclipse. And it is the rarest type of eclipse. I believe 2010 or 2010 was the last time that we had this type of eclipse. Of course, there's like a minimum of 4 eclipses a year that occur. This one will not be visible by the Pacific coast, but it will be visible. I don't remember where they said, but this will also be a total solar eclipse. That is why it's also called a hybrid eclipse. All right, full moon in Taurus. Your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Libra, which just happened. A win-win outcome is in the forecast. And then full moon in Leo. Don't let pride get in your way. Fixed moon under that, hold your vision. Full moon Virgo under that, you are enough. Full moon eclipse, conclusions are within reach. And full moon in Gemini, the answers you need are coming, okay? That is the message for the eclipse energy. There is, of course, a lion, symbol of Leo, on the Leo full moon. There was a lion that came out earlier. I forget which card. When I read, I'm in the moment of reading. I'm not in the moment of memorizing, and there's just been a lot going on. So it's kind of hard to tenet. It's kind of hard to recall things right now. All right, so thank you so much for joining in and being here for this reading for this Taurus season preview. So excited that we got it done. I am holding an opportunity for people who watch either the replay or watch live to receive a Mercury retrograde reading from me. I will be, sorry, I don't know where my calendar went. Wait a minute. So I will be, this read will be via Zoom. And in order to qualify, you just need to send me an email, okay? The email that you would send an email to, I'll let you know what it is in just a second. Yes, so the week of the 23rd of this month, April 23rd through 26th, or April 23rd, I'm sorry, I'm not reading this right. April 24th through 30th. I'll just say 30th because it just makes sense. Let me write this down before I forget. April 24th through 30th are the days that I can do this. I will hold the space. April 24th through 30th. To hold readings for Mercury retrograde for us specifically. go ahead and send an email to ay.limitlesslight, limitless spelled just as it is on the Instagram and the YouTube, limitless light with the 3 instead of an E for limitless, just like the I's in limitless light. And it's going to be ay.limitlesslight@gmail.com. Go ahead and send me an email. And then I didn't think this far through. Just, you can put something along the lines of for one-on-one or Taurus Daisy. Okay. Thank you so much again for joining in. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Hope y'all are having a wonderful day. And be sure to check out the Taurus new moon video that will be uploaded by the 17th. Stay love, be light, and remember, you got this. Mwah! Thank you so much. Bye.